Hello everybody, Clydester here, and I did the intro wrong, but looky what we have here. I have a new sketchbook, and I got it because my original sketchbook is all out of space, so I decided to get something new. Compared to the older one, I do like the older one better. I do like the design on this one, but it just feels a lot more flimsy. It feels like the cover's made out of paper compared to the I don't know this material. I assume it's cardboard, but I guess it's like a harder form of, I don't even know the word, but it's a harder it's a harder cover and I like it. But today I just wanted to hop on and, you know, film a video. Sorry, I just had to warm up. I wanted to film a video because recently I actually made a video, but it wasn't too good. The problem with the old video was the fact that I just really wasn't in a good mood and I was kind of all over the place. So I don't think I ever posted it. I hope I didn't because I just wasn't gonna post it. But yeah, before we start, I just wanted to say something. Lately, it's been a really hard time. With the whole political season coming on and about. And for me, it's been a stressful season because, normally I don't really like to pay too much attention to politics because politics is such a confusing avenue to navigate because you never really know anyone who you're actually voting for until they get into office. And it can get very scary because, especially with this season, our two candidates are people who are they have their pros and cons. One is especially sketchy compared to the other. The other has made several comments and done several things which is questionable, while the other one is kind of it's just if you just look at that person and you really just think about it, and if you ever heard of some of the initiatives that they had, it's it's uh it's not hard to not want to support them. But of course there are people who want a person in office who will carry out their ideas or their beliefs in ideas or beliefs of what they need. But truly, at the end of the day, these presidents, these candidates are still people, and they have their own agendas and beliefs that they want to see carried out and done onto the world. So whenever you do come into a topic or conversation regarding politics, please, 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 just know it can be a really hard topic to navigate because people tend to get up in arms because they believe their candidate will do the things that they want. And sometimes people may not even know what they actually want. They may see a candidate and just like them for no absolute reason, which happens, and it's okay. But then again, at the end of the day, you want to make sure you get a candidate who is able to properly secure the country and just make life a little more bearable. But please take the time, and especially if you get really heated or really bothered about, things like politics, take the time to relax and ease yourself because this time is really, really difficult. It's important, but it's just something you cannot avoid. Like myself, I used to avoid politics, but now it's just something I can't avoid. I can't just run away from. It's something that like I have to learn how to care about. But please do yourself a favor. Get into a space where you can just take it easy, where you can just silence the topic about maybe for a few minutes or an hour and just do something you like. But I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. I mean, I would love to provide you advice. Like I said, just take time away and do research and make sure that like the candidate that you choose is someone who stands behind your beliefs and wants for the country. And whatever happens, hopefully we can find a really good solution or maybe some way to live life normally with either or candidate. But yeah, let's go to drawing. Yes. So I was watching some videos in regards to, drawing. That's why this page kind of has a lot of scribbles and whatnot. But yeah, so I'm gonna just warm up for a bit. Sorry I didn't really do that, but I, you know, got a shower and, today I just felt like getting on and just talking to you guys for a bit. I might not warm it for too long, sadly, but yeah. I just wanted to come in here and, kind of just make a new video over that old one that I had previously. But this time, luckily, I have my laptop. You guys can't quite see it. Of course, you're not in my room. So I'm going to be trying to draw some things, more preferably some shapes. Or, headphones. I'm so scared. It's such a clean page, and of course, every first stroke matters. But let's forget about that. We're trying to have a good time. I'm so anxious, man. I'm so anxious. But yeah. I hope you're doing well today, whoever you are, just watching the video. I actually went out and ran a bit. I ran a bit around Stone Mountain, and I had a good time. I mean, I don't know. It's just like, for me, whenever I go to Stone Mountain, it's just a way to get out because in my situation, I don't really get the opportunity. This is really not looking like the picture, but it's okay. It's our first sketch of the day. But honestly, I think I should consider downloading pictures. So if you guys want, you guys can just draw along. I mean, for me, I'd rather just allow this channel to be something that is kind of like a channel which just allows people to draw along and not really think too much about it. See, I'm not the best artist. I'm not the best sketch, or I'm not the best sketcher. Especially when it comes to making the picture look similar to the actual, object that I'm, trying to sketch. I'm not really too good at it, especially perspective drawing. I'm not really good at drawing things in perspective, but yeah, I would just like this channel to be something where people can come to a way to, relax or, just sketch along, really just do things which, they probably never did. For me, in my experience, most people don't really want to draw along because it can be really intimidating. And that's something I just never understood because for me, I've always kind of just drawn, especially as a child. This is really bad. As a child, this is bad, but it's okay. As a child, I just started drawing and I just never really thought about if I was good or bad. I was just enjoying myself. Well, nowadays, it's kind of like, I should make a good stroke. I should, not be bad, but I feel much more scared to actually draw anything because I kind of beat myself over the head because I feel like I should be better. Especially seeing how like younger people are just so much, they have so much more going for them than me, a 25-year-old. But we all are living life, or not even that, but we all made decisions at the time, and if I feel like that, I do have the right to actually do something about it. Because if I just choose to feel that way but never actually take the initiative, then it's really my fault, and it's just a choice I made. So, for you, if you out there feel like you could do something better, ask yourself, is this something I actually want to get better at? Or is this something I just feel like I should do better at because of how much time passed or how much more successful someone else is doing it? I feel like we also have to get comfortable with the idea with not being as successful as the other person. But then, I mean, you also have to appreciate or learn to appreciate some of the things that you do have people. Some of the successes you've become successful at, if that makes sense. I don't know if I should try to draw this again. I don't know if you guys will get bored. I'm not really the most entertaining type, I'm not the most haha funny type of guy. Kind of just quiet. I just come on here and I just begin talking. And for me, it's like in real life, I'm kind of all over the place. I feel like sometimes some people get like a mix of the ha-has, and sometimes you just get like this quiet guy. It depends on my mood, really. I'm gonna be trying to draw a motorcycle. Oh my god, wish me luck. My earphone's trying to fall off, but if you're curious, the previous video I made, it was about how to keep yourself, or not necessarily how to keep yourself, but how do you live a life? Like, let's say if I had a job, currently looking for it right now, but these are some thoughts that I think about sometimes because I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna get my first job soon. And I mean, my first job in tech, at least. It's been really hard. And that's another thing because it's been irritating just being unable to actually get anything. Well, my twin actually has a job right now and he actually got a promotion. And it sucks, because, when you have this much time on your hands, you want to do your best to apply yourself, but then again, it's just like once you keep getting rejections and once you keep getting failures, it makes you actually want to apply your time somewhere else. Like for me, I just rather be making the comic, though at times I could be not so good at that either. I can do it for an hour, then get preoccupied in something else, and it can kind of become a mental hassle as it just makes me question, like, why am I not doing it? Why am I not doing that? And of course, it's something to really consider because, of course, I'm almost done with it, but it's just the problem is like the amount of time it's taking me to actually finish. I really would like to get to the point where like I'm a bit faster and a bit more capable in drawing. Sorry, I'm just trying to draw this motorcycle, man. I rarely ever draw vehicles. And I feel like just having lines would help me because I feel like lines would help me because like this underside, if you can see the bike, it's comprised of different things, different types of lines going places here and there, and I just have to see it. But it's so irritating because, you know, of course, I can say it till my face is blue. I don't draw vehicles. Haven't since I was a kid. I used to love the Viper, but I haven't since I was a kid. But what was I talking about? Yeah, just trying to get better at drawing the comic and stay on top of time. But the question, I'm rambling. I know. I'm sorry. You can click off if you like, but how do we ever just have a life in which, you know, it's not really preoccupied by work? Of course, I can't really answer that because I'm not working right now, but if I was, or at least at this point, I could see how time management is valuable regardless of if you're working or not. But damn, I believe that time management is probably one of the greatest things that you want to have, or at least not necessarily time management, or the ability to manage your time and to manage your time in a way in which it benefits goals and certain things you actually want to see finished. Of course, you want to start with smaller goals because having something that's much more achievable is better than having nothing that is actually achievable at all. So I believe that's the first point to start. Then the second, so we said make achievable goals, then actually doing it. You know, I feel like that's sometimes like the greatest and hardest part, actually doing it, because it can be one of the most liberating things, but it can be one of the most intimidating things because it all comes down to us. It's on us. It's go time, if I could say that. You know, I'm actually talking kind of well today. Surprised. Either I'm just getting more confident, or maybe I'm just getting older. But I feel like it's a really important thing for us to. So I said, it's a really important thing for us to do it or start on it. But what if we're the type to, you know, give up before we start? Or what if we're the type to just give up because we made one slight mistake? And I feel like at that point, either you could do these two things, or I mean, you could do this in a process. You can start, then you could feel how you're doing, you know, continue, or even not even continue, but start, feel how you're doing, fill it out. If you're not really confident, take a break. And I know some people probably say just stop there. Where, I mean, depending on like who you are, sure you can. But then sometimes it's okay just to continue, but document how you're feeling. And I believe the best thing you could do after that point is to. This is a really bad bike, by the way. But at that point, after you document, I feel like it's good to look at those feelings, what you wrote down, and to really label them. I believe if you label them, you're able to sift through. Not sift through, but you're able to just fuse all those thoughts together. And this is really scuffed, so please take this advice with a grain of salt. Well, not with a grain of salt, but just know it's really scuffed and it's just off the cuff. So this is what I'm thinking. But I feel like it's important to get all this advice, not all this advice, but all these negative things, call it a name or call it a person, and then whenever you feel these thoughts of I can't do it, it's better just to just shoo it away. Sometimes it's okay just to take a break and then come back to it, but sometimes people just don't because they just don't know how to tolerate those thoughts, and it's okay, but it just takes time. But I feel like with having a job, sometimes having a job is a responsibility. And it's incredibly understandable if you do. It's understandable if you do become so preoccupied that like you just lose and you lose the interest of ever doing that said thing you wanted to do because you have that occupation or that main thing you must keep doing because you need food, you need a house, you need water. But I feel like one of the scariest things you could do is to get comfortable in a life where you're probably unable to live comfortably with yourself. You know, especially for a parent, sometimes it can never really be easy because sometimes you get so caught up, not even caught up, but you're the central part of you're a central part of life, but it's gotten to a point where like if you weren't doing it, then like it's if you aren't doing it, if you're not the sole provider, then it all will eventually fall apart. And that is such a crappy position to be in because there's no support, there's no help, there's no anything. And for anybody who's like that, man, I feel sorry for you. But I also just praise you because you're really strong. But not even that, you're willing to take the responsibility not only for yourself, but also your family. And it takes a person with and guts and a desire just to live and see other people happy. You're a really selfless person. At the same time, though, it's just having a life like that can be kind of scary to think about because it's just the fact that you're living for somebody else, and that's what someone very close to me said to me yesterday. I'm living for you guys, and it's a very haunting thing, because I wouldn't really want anybody to live for me because I feel like you have your life to live for, and if you're unable to live it, if you're not really living it, then how can you ever just die happy? How can you ever just be happy whenever you fall asleep? Or, I mean, it's just a really tough thought to just think about and swallow because it just stops being about you when you have family and it starts becoming more so about everybody else. But then, like, how do you ever feel how you're feeling, or how do you ever just get comfortable with yourself, or how do you ever just take care of yourself? Because I feel like in this life it warrants that, even when you're just a caregiver or a breadwinner, just having that self-care is very vital. Though I understand it's important, but it just makes me wonder. It just makes me wonder, how could you, live a life like that, I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm losing the topic. But I believe that really it just takes time and effort because of course we can get caught up in our life, that in a life which takes up all our life. But I feel like it also just takes time and energy, despite the understood fact that it will be very tiring. But at the same time, I feel like it's much needed, And of course, bash me, bash me all you want in the comments because I don't understand. I'm just 25. I'm single. I don't have any children. So I'm pretty sure like all the adults and older people will have something to say. But I mean, it's okay because I don't really know better. I'm just a young man just trying to figure it out. And in ways, I feel bad because I don't really understand. But I'm incredibly thankful for all the people who do sacrifice themselves every day just to take care of another person. Very grateful for it. Man, this is a really bad bike. But yeah, Uh, I don't know if I really provided any real solid advice. So I can say set a goal, make time, and if you can't do it, it's okay. Because sometimes there's something to appreciate in a life that we did create, even if it just doesn't look like the life that we actually had in our heads. But at the end of the day, it takes effort. But yeah, well, I don't know if I really drew much today. I know I need to get better at drawing inanimate things. I hope I said that right. But if you enjoyed the video, that's good. Yeah, that's good. I don't know if you guys could actually get something from this, but if you guys enjoyed it, have a good day. And go outside, take it easy, and stay cool. Peace.